last question then. We spoke about this at the very, very end last time. Have you found any scientific evidence yet of DMT being released through any sort of breath work?
It's an area I was extremely interested in, and I went down this black hole trying to get researchers to test this. And I almost flew to Michigan. There was one researcher there. I said, I will do whatever it takes. I'll breathe in whatever way you want. But the consensus was among few of the researchers, it would be in such minute amounts, it would be unmeasurable. Is that still true now? With all of the latest instruments that we have, maybe. But there's all this stuff about online about breathe DMT breaths, and some of those things have 1 million views. I don't know how much of that is based on actual measurements. I think it would be so interesting to get some measurements on this, because when you're doing Wim Hof, when you're doing Sudarshan Kriya, I get so completely placid, and numb in this really great way. It's a transcendent feeling quite often. It'd be wonderful to know why that's happening, what's happening in the brain. And I still have not seen anything particularly tied to DMT and breathing as far as research is concerned.
Okay, I wait with bated breath to see what happens there, because I told you last time, but when I did my first big Wim Hof experience, I saw all sorts of things going on, and I know now obviously there was a reduction in O2 going on in the brain, and the brain probably thought it was dying, and something went on there, and some visuals are created. But I'm always curious: was that DMT, or was that something else, or was it a mix of different things going on? So yeah, I'm sure we'll find out in the near future.
Still many mysteries out there with
Yeah, it's
breathing.
exciting. Very
That's
exciting.
what,
Yeah.
and I'm noticing that every day when
Yeah.
I'm getting notes from doctors and dentists, and it's wonderful that this conversation seems to be really sort of tacking up right now, and people are getting interested, which is a wonderful thing. I mean, we're in the midst of a respiratory disease pandemic. I mean, what better time to take control of your breathing and start paying attention to this most basic biological function?
I think that's a perfect way to end. James, thank you so much. What's the name of your book again? Just so people have forgotten, which I'm sure they haven't.
The book is called Breath, The New Science of a Lost Art. And you can go to my website. There's a bunch of resources for free. The entire bibliography is available for free, with various scans and data sheets and videos. And there's some interviews with professors from Harvard and all over the place at Mr. James Nestor, Mr. James Nestor. That's Nestor, because the TERs, they're very common. The ORs, those are the Nestors you want to hang out with. I'm also on this thing called Instagram, which I'm trying to get a little better at. And I'm just trying to post things related to breathing and science. I've really followed Huberman's cue. He told me months and months ago, he's like, no, this isn't all about just posting pictures of your breakfast or you working out in yoga clothes. It's like, it can be a way of disseminating information. I said, okay, I love what he's doing. It's amazing. And I'm trying to do a similar thing as often as I can on the breathing side of things.